Tonight, the music world watched history and controversy unfold on one of the biggest stages in show business. A legendary icon almost brought the celebration to a sudden halt. A powerful tribute sparked a standing ovation and deep emotion. And one rising pop superstar's red carpet look had every headline talking, keeping millions glued to screens around the world. This wasn't just another award show. It was a moment that divided audiences, sparked debates, and created instant pop culture history. From music's greatest legends to fashion's boldest statements, the 2026 Grammy Awards delivered unforgettable moments you need to hear about now. Stay tuned. This story hits you from every angle. But first, smash that like button, drop your reactions in the comments, and subscribe to American Sports Bulletin for real-time cultural news you won't want to miss. The 2026 Grammy Awards were billed as a night to honor music's biggest artists and most enduring legends. But one moment in particular almost overshadowed the evening itself. Legendary singer Cher, a cultural icon whose influence spans decades, took to the stage for a moving tribute performance honoring the late R&B great Luther Vandross. What was intended to be a celebration of one of the genre's most beloved voices turned into a brief but unforgettable moment when Cher unexpectedly walked off the stage mid-performance, leaving the audience stunned. Cher's tribute initially began with all the reverence and star power you'd expect, the spotlight, the orchestra building, and fans in their seats waiting for a moment of pure musical magic. Then, just as the performance reached a powerful crescendo, Cher made an impromptu decision and stepped away from the microphone, exiting the stage as the sound continued without her. Cameras cut quickly to the audience, where colleagues, fans, and fellow artists looked on in surprise. It was a moment that left viewers, both in the arena and around the world, wondering what had happened and why one of music's most iconic figures abruptly walked away. Sources close to the performance later suggested that the spontaneous exit was tied to Cher's own emotional reaction to the depth of her own tribute, combined with the weight of performing in front of her peers and the memory of a beloved artist. Whether intentional or instinctive, the moment quickly became one of the night's most shared and discussed events. Social media erupted with reaction clips, commentary threads, and a wave of hashtags celebrating Cher's legacy and the emotional rawness of live performance. But Cher's moment wasn't the only headline of the night. The 2026 Grammys also delivered a fashion moment that ignited water cooler conversation nationwide and centered on none other than pop artist Chappell Roan. Before the show even began, paparazzi and fans alike were buzzing about Roan's presence. Known for bold fashion choices and fearless artistic expression, Roan appeared in an outfit that was wildly talked about before the first award was even handed out. A daring look that blurred the line between couture and performance art, the ensemble made headlines with its minimalist design and avant-garde aesthetic, so striking that viewers across the country paused, rewound, and shared every angle online. The reaction was immediate and intense. Supporters praised the artist for using fashion not just as clothing, but as bold self-expression, a statement about freedom, confidence, and personal identity. Critics weighed in with everything from praise for bravery to commentary on traditional red carpet standards. But rather than fading quietly into the background, the conversation grew throughout the night, with fashion commentators, late-night talk show hosts, and social media influencers weighing in. At its core, Roan's choice became more than a dress. It became a cultural flashpoint, a mirror reflecting how modern audiences interpret fashion, autonomy, and celebrity. Some argued the look was a perfect fit for an artist whose music pushes boundaries and invites audiences to rethink norms. Others saw it as a literal bold step into performance art territory. Either way, the moment had impact beyond style blogs, turning into a broader social conversation about art, sensibility, and individual expression in the public eye. Add to this mix the emotional bardic tribute earlier in the night, and you have a Grammy Awards ceremony that delivered storytelling on every level: musical legacy, cultural debate, and personal identity in the modern age. But let's rewind for a moment and revisit Cher's tribute to Luther Vandross, because the emotional resonance of that performance was profound. Vandross, known for his velvet voice and timeless ballads, left an imprint on generations of musicians and fans alike. Cher's tribute, which included songs that Vandross helped define and make popular, was more than a performance. It was a tribute from one legend to another. It was a musical salute, and when the intensity of it hit Cher, her walk-off was less a misstep and more a reflection of how deeply music connects us, to memories, to people, and to emotion itself. For viewers watching at home, the unexpected exit became a symbolic moment. It wasn't a mistake or a rehearsal cut short. It was a reminder that music isn't just measured technically in notes and beats, but in the emotional weight it carries. The Grammys have always been about celebrating excellence in music, but this year they became a stage where fashion, emotion, and history all collided in unforgettable ways. By the time the night wrapped, fans on radio stations, social feeds, and live TV panels were still talking about Cher's emotional musical tribute and Chappell Roan's conversation-sparked red carpet look, both moments destined to become part of the Grammys' cultural legacy. So now we want to hear from you. Which moment from the 2026 Grammy Awards hit you the hardest? Cher's emotional musical tribute or Chappell Roan's unforgettable fashion statement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to American Sports Bulletin, and tap the notification bell so you never miss the biggest stories in music, entertainment, and culture. Because whether it's music history or modern fashion turning heads, we'll bring you the stories that matter most.